called chi, or if you get around certain people, broken spirits, some people got confused spirits, other people, everyone transfers energy to other people based on that person's spirit and their self. So there's people who, so that evil vibe transfers to other people. It's like a invisible vibe that comes out of people. You just can't see it. Then you got that positive energy transfer comes out of people and hits other people. Also, you got people with confused spirits, mean their mind is so messed up about life they don't know left from right, so they're just going by whatever they think is right. And then you hang around that person and you're like, I don't get this person. I really don't. Then you got people with spirits that are just always angry because, they've been through a lot of crap, so they don't really care about much. So then they transfer anger. And then you got people with just angry, wrathful, hateful. Everyone has a different spirit. Oh, yes, and the other thing I was trying to say was there's a lot of people in this world that build walls, against other people. It has a lot to do with hate, jealousy, anger, envy, sadness. Those are like different bricks that eventually build up a wall that people try to break down but can't always do it. That stuff builds up over time. People don't just want to build walls with good hearts that people turn eventually bad. It's just sad, man. There's people that don't want to have that type of that personality, but most people make you have it. Then there's that thing where it's like you don't want to be rude, you don't want to be cruel. Like Bruce Lee said, there's water that flows, and then there's water that crashes. Water that takes the shape of whatever it's in, and there's people in this world that flow smooth, and then look at a situation, observe it, and pay attention to it and learn how to get around it. There are those people that crash because they don't pay attention to nothing and they either hesitate or they rush to do stuff. And the other stuff I was saying had to do with, well, there was one time I was at waiting from a bus downtown. I left work and I seen this chick who was standing at the busway a little down from where I was on her phone, and this guy came up to her. He said, excuse me, miss." She said, "Oh, I have a boyfriend." He's like, "Huh?" I'm just saying, "No, no, no, no." She said, "No, no, no, I have a boyfriend." He's like, "Man, I'm just, no, 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 I have a boyfriend." So he's like, "Ma'am, I was just trying to ask what time it was." She said, "Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, I didn't know." He's like, "No, it's okay." She's like, "I'm just so sorry, I'm just so." He's like, "I understand." And she's like, they're usually always so rude and disrespectful. I just get told who, when I was at a busway, at P1 busway, her and this dude was getting on the bus. She was walking, dude walking behind her, kept asking for her number. She kept saying, "I don't think my boyfriend will like that." And she kept saying, "I have a boyfriend, I have a boyfriend, I have a boyfriend." He's like, "I don't care." She's like, "Don't you understand the words, I have a boyfriend?" He said, "I don't care about your boyfriend." She sat on the bench. He's so cute and sexy. She's like, "I have a boyfriend. I don't think my boyfriend would like that." He's like, "I don't care what your boyfriend would like." And then she's like, "Man, you're a cocky dude." He's like, "Yeah, I know. Here's my number. Here's my phone. Put your number in it." She's like, "My boyfriend wouldn't like that." He's like, "I don't." He said, "Does it look like I care what your boyfriend will look like?" Did I ask what your boyfriend will look? He said, "Does it look like I care what your boyfriend would like, or does it look like I care about you having a boyfriend?" And she said, "Oh, you're cocky." And he said, "Okay, I'll put your number on the phone." And she did. He called her number and her phone rang. I'm like, so that's the generation we live in. Oh, okay. Hmm. And just to capitalize on what I said before, there's people in relationships that make stupid decisions just purposely so a person that got with them, who they probably didn't want with them anyway, they just got with that person out of pressure, could leave them. Or there's those people that be in relationships just to be in them. You know what I'm saying? Or there's some people in relationships who just assume that when a person does something for them, they're doing it to get something from them. They're not used to a person doing something nice for them, so they assume he wants something from me. or she wants something from me. They just don't assume maybe that person's just doing it because they care. Then there's them people that, think wrong of someone in a relationship, so they always give that person crap. Why? Because here's the thing. But they be treating you like you're like, what I do? I didn't do nothing. I just try to care about this person. So they're like, I don't get it. And here's the thing you gotta understand. A lot of the time, people are not always mad at you. They're mad at the person they came from to get with you. But because you're with that person, they feel like, oh, that person I was with before hurt me. This person could do the same thing. That person's having a mental battle in their head and visualizing that person before they got with you who hurt them. So now you're with that person. So now you are that person. And every time they get mad about something, they're seeing that person. They're just arguing with you. Sometimes that emotional stuff they go through has to do a lot with the people they were with prior to being with you that broke them or hurt them or cheated on them or lied to them or something like that. And now since you're with them, you have to deal with them scars. Sad to say, but true. And also, whatever race of a person you deal with, mostly black people, they're very defensive and hard-hearted and loud and ghetto, mostly because they're not used to being heard or they're not used to being loved. They're not used to being cared about. They're used to everyone they get with cheating on them or lying to them or something like that. So they feel as though they need to build up a wall of defense. They need to yell, they need to scream, and they need to do all this ratchet stuff just to get a point across. The person learn to love them. It might take a long time to deal with that, but that's human nature. People are broken. There's people that are scarred, broken, and hurt. So, unfortunately, that is the real nature of it. Who's like that? It's because all the stuff I just said. They're hurt, broken, ruined, scarred, cheated on, lied to, used, abused. And here's the thing. If you ever get with a black woman that yells a lot, it's probably because she's not used to being heard, or the man or the guy that she was with probably that, so she's always yelling to get a point across because he didn't listen to her. It's sad. But yeah, just so you understand, man. Just because she's yelling doesn't always mean she's angry. It just means she's used to not being heard. Oh yeah, and to those of y'all who wonder why you have to guess everything a woman's thinking when she's thinking it, and she won't just tell you straight out why she's feeling like that. Because there was a certain point in time when women told a man what they were feeling, but they started noticing that guys didn't really care, they didn't want to hear it, or men's attention spans were so short they didn't really pay no attention to what the woman was feeling. So over time, women are just like, you know what, since he doesn't want to hear what I have to say or how I feel, I'm just going to throw out subtle hints and see if he catches them. And she's like, if he catches them hints, that just shows me that he actually cares about me because he pays attention to what I'm feeling or how I'm feeling. Just get that out the way. So if you wonder why the black woman or black man you're with is so cold or yells or abuses you, just used to that. Or they're just used to being in an abusive relationship, and that's all they know. Black women usually just yell all the time because they don't feel like they're being heard. Black men abuse women because they don't know actual love. Black women build up cold-hearted natures like black men do because they're used to getting taken advantage of and used and hurt and all that. They shelter their feelings because they get tired of, getting their feelings hurt and everything, so... And the last thing I'm going to say was about the whole, well, pretty much I just said it, but doing stuff for people with a double motive, meaning you do something for someone, but then you expect something out of it, or you hold it over their head, or you make them feel like crap about it. That's not what you're supposed to do. If you do something for somebody, do it because you care, not because you want something. Because there's people in this world that would rather struggle until they succeed than ask you to do something for them, knowing that you're going to hold it over their head forever in the day and never let it go. So, yeah, just want to put that out there. If you ever wondered about that, that's pretty much what it is. And just to say, I don't know if the other videos came out well, I did, but I'm just going to put this all in the same video. Where gold diggers came from, that's the older generation thing where a parent taught the child. You see the stuff I had to go through to give you a good life. Please, if you get with someone who has something, Here's the thing. Parents spend so much time back in the day telling their children, get with someone who has something, get with someone who has something, that even though they didn't mean to just say it like that, they were trying to say, I don't want you to struggle like me. I don't want you to have to work as hard as I did. I don't want you to have to go through the things I did to make something. They forgot to tell them, be with someone because you love them, because you actually care about them, because you actually want to be with that person. They were just so busy focusing on telling you to be with someone who has something, so you don't have to struggle and deal with what they had to. They forgot to tell you be with that person because you actually love them, because you actually care about them, because you actually give a crap about them. Unfortunately, that's what it was. And then there's certain parents that are gold diggers because they raised you, they took care of you, so now they feel as though you owe them something. But as a parent, you're supposed to give life to a child and love it because you gave life to it. But so a lot of parents that blackmail their children. There's a lot of parents that hold stuff over their children's head, which you're not supposed to do. But whatever, that's you. Okay, I don't know.